Hey everybody, welcome back. So, you can definitely tell I've been wearing a hat all day. We had a wild temperature drop here in the Midwest. It's been great. I have the fire going, propane heaters going. I don't think I'm going to get the dog away from it, but I chose the backdrop. So if I just peer into the hood, it's because it's freaking cold. But one of the things that I've been thinking about for a couple weeks now, because it's been a big hot topic, has been the EBT program problems, because we have too many people who actually think that this is a lifestyle and not a temporary stopgap, and it's become generational, and I find that to be problematic. So I have ideas for a solution. Not that anyone really cares outside of, here, but at least I'm going to whip it out there. Maybe if we can get some support, we'll get it going. So welcome back to the Green Agro Podcast. All right, so I've thought about this long and hard because, well, I have family that has decided that it's a generational thing and they're very entitled and kind of ridiculous. And let's just say that's not the part of the family that I spend time around anymore because they've taken advantage of me 10 ways to Sunday. However, the biggest issue is we're handing these people just all kinds of money and they can just go buy crap. And then they eat crap. And then I'm seeing people who are like 5 times a healthy BMI online talking about how they're going to starve because we won't give them SNAP, and complaining about what they find at the food pantry. Now, I take great offense to this, okay? I saw people who are getting up to $20,000 a year to spend on food. That's outright insane. That's insane. And it's all junk. They're unhealthy. They're on free healthcare because of it. Like, the whole thing is just a racket. And I'm over it. I'm done. So here's what I think we need to do. You should be provided with a cookbook of good, healthy, nutritious recipes and the ingredients to make them for every day of the week. Properly portioned, and it will feed your entire family, and that's it. That's it. I'm tired of the chips and the sodas and all of the big food crap that's trying to kill you and get you on all the big pharma crap. You should have to eat like me and my husband. Now, we eat very well. Please, don't misunderstand me. We eat very, very well. We eat real, nutritious food. I buy as much organic as I possibly can. But even then, my grocery budget every month to feed us is $700. And that's like high-end food is $700. But my entire Saturday is dedicated to meal prep. My entire Saturday. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you. All right, so now I'm actually going to show the fridge because it makes more sense. All right, so I make casseroles. My husband, obviously, he eats way more because he's trying to gain weight and gain muscle. I obviously eat a lot less. I'm a girl. But that's what I do every day is portioned out. So I have fruit, breakfast, and lunch. He has fruit, carrots, yogurt, breakfast, and lunch. And then we have casserole, which is generally a lot of meat, a lot of veg. And I try to shoot for low carb. But that's how I spend my weekends. I spend my entire Saturday making our food for the week. It's what I do. And it's hard work. I'm gone 11 hours a day all week long at my job. My husband is gone 11 hours a day at his job. Plus, he also is building a business. And I'm over here doing this podcast. So, yeah, I take an entire day. And it's meat and high protein and lots of nutrients, and we're very healthy people. If you guys watched my last episode, which no one did, go tune in. I know I'm an angry woman yelling on the internet. I get it. But my husband is a big powerlifting guy. My husband put on 20 pounds this year. So it's a lot of food that we've been feeding him this year. So, this is what I do. I spend my Saturday making sure that we're going to eat healthy, nutritious food all week long. I'm seeing all these people on Snap. They're like, I can't work because I got to be home with my kids. Okay, cool. You shouldn't get to vote. If you're going to live off the government, you shouldn't get to vote. It's the government bribing you. Unfortunate circumstance for you. So if you've decided that this is a lifestyle, you don't get to vote. Not sorry. I'm also not opposed to making sure that you have food. However, you don't get to sit around and eat a bunch of junk. If you're going to be home with your kids and not work a job, you have ample time to make 3 meals a day. You will be provided with the instructions on how to make the 3 meals. You will be provided with the proper portion sizing for your family. And that's what you will have. You will not starve. And I'm telling you right now, some of these people I've seen, guys, my husband and I fast for, 3 days at a time, several times a year. Water fast. It's a very healthy thing. It resets your system. Some of these people I've been seeing online, they could fast for like 6 months and be perfectly fine and still not starve. Okay? You need sustenance, but you're actually more malnourished with the crap that you've been shoveling down your throat in 5 times the portion size than if you had just eaten proper nutrition. So, if we're going to provide for these people, that's how it should be. I'll even let you pick your 5 meals. You can pick from a cookbook. I would happily sit down and make the cookbook and detail everything out, make the recipes, how to make, and make videos on how to make them. These people are sitting around watching TV at home. Cooking channel. And for those who don't want to, make this a lifestyle forever, who actually want to do something, you will have learned to cook and do it well. And now you have a marketable skill. Because restaurants really need to get away from like this reheating microwave sous vide bull crap and actually go back to when food was prepped and cooked in the kitchens. Okay. I come from family. My mom worked in restaurants. My dad worked in restaurants. My aunts, everybody in my family has worked in restaurants somewhere, or I grew up cooking at home all the time. Guys, we cooked at home. So now you know a marketable skill. Restaurants need people who can actually cook. It's a win-win. Now you've learned how to prep, you've learned how to cook, you've learned how to properly wash everything. Now you have a marketable skill. And you should be able to go be employed by a restaurant who can now do higher food quality because people actually know how to cook. It is a lost art. Home economics, I really went by the wayside. It really should be taught in schools. Learning how to cook basic food is important. And here's the thing. Back when I was in college, I literally lived on $12,000 a year through college, guys. I live like this now because it's A, well within my means, and B, because that's the upgrades I have made in my life. Okay? My rent was $500. All of my utilities together, car insurance, all of that, it's like $300-400. Okay? I still meal prepped back then. But it was like low-level meal prep. Like real low level. Okay? I'm talking, I bought pallets of chicken and vegetables and pasta and I slice and dice. Now, I don't eat that many carbs anymore, so, pasta's out. I do sweet potatoes now. So my food budget was like $200 a month to feed me all month long. And half the time, I fed the people who came over to my house. I still had friends over because I know how to cook good food really inexpensively. I know how to budget my money. So when I go to the grocery store, I knew what to do. And here's why. When my mom took us to the grocery, we didn't just have an unlimited budget. We didn't get to just buy junk. We had people to feed breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day in our house. So my mom had a list of what we needed. And if we found enough of it on sale and we tallied it up as we went, we'd read out the prices and we'd sit and we'd do the math, okay, on the list. But that's how the world works. So I've always known how to budget. I've always known how to cook. So that's what I've done. And that's what we need to start teaching these people. Okay? Life's not free. The government takes 30% of my paycheck every year. So no, I am not inclined to continue to buy you processed junk that makes you ill and makes you dependent. I want you all to be healthy. I want you to be well fed. I want your children to be well fed. I want your children to know how to cook. That's my solution for the EBT issue. If the American workers are going to be robbed at gunpoint to put food into your mouth, it will be healthy and it will be properly portioned. And then you'll be even more able-bodied. But during the time that you live off of those of us that have to go and work every day, you should not get to vote. You should not get to be purchased by the leaders in Congress. You just shouldn't. It's not fair to those of us who have to get up every day and go work. You should not get an equal say if you don't equally work and equally get robbed. If we are being robbed to put food on your table, fine. But it will be on our terms. And it will be to make you as healthy as possible. And you're going to have to work for it. Namely in your own kitchen. But again, now we will have taught you a marketable skill. And you can come out and join the rest of us who get robbed at gunpoint. Because when you work this hard, and your budget for the month is $700, and you walk in, and you see people filling an entire grocery cart with sugary shit that's going to make them very ill, and the other one with a bunch of processed, disgusting, not even real food of no nutritional value, and swipe the EBT card, and know that you also pay for the health insurance because Big Food is owned by formerly Big Tobacco, and we know how much they love Big Pharma. They're all good friends. Okay, Big Tobacco caused cancer, lots of it, so that Big Pharma could benefit off of all the cancer treatment. Yeah, they just went right into food and they do the exact same thing. So no. Here's how we fix that. We can lower the cost for all of us. And you learn a skill. And sitting around the dinner table with homemade, nutritious food and having a conversation with your family is one of the biggest benefits that you can ever have. It's how I grew up. I have parents that cook very well. It wasn't fancy, but it was always good. And we all grew up healthy and we all grew up strong. And that's what we really need here in America. So that's my solution to the EBT crisis. We'll lower the cost. We'll make it healthier. We'll fix the obesity problem. And we'll teach you skill. Hope that helps. You all have a wonderful night. I am probably going to move the computer over by the fire and edit by the fire because I'm freezing. Have a great one, everybody.